Qatar, a nation of captivating fusion, contemporary ambition and rich tradition, where gleaming modern skyscrapers stand alongside traditional old souks and vast deserts stretch endlessly. Qatar offers a unique blend of warm hospitality, cosmopolitan style and an electrifying passion for motorsports. Whether you're wandering through vibrant cultural hubs or enjoying the high-octane excitement of racing beneath the iconic lights of the Lusail International Circuit, Qatar seamlessly weaves together heritage, innovation and adrenaline. Through significant investment in cutting-edge infrastructure, world-class facilities and a commitment to hosting premier motorsport events, Qatar is dedicated to nurturing the next generation of local talent. The Qatar Motorsports Academy and domestic championships are central to this vision, strengthening the nation's motorsport legacy and expanding its global portfolio. Under the desert sky and the iconic lights of the Lusail International Circuit, the Qatar 1812 kilometers returns for its second edition. The race, named in honour of Qatar's National Day on December the 18th, welcomes the world's top endurance teams to the circuit. In this condensed journey, we'll discover what makes Qatar a rising hub in international motorsport, hear from local talents, and catch a glimpse of global racing stars.
We started in 2014, basically starting from national championships. And the federation decided from that point to grow the drivers and send us to a higher level racing.
So I started in the Qatar Motorsport Academy. It was a very small academy at first. We started with karting and started doing national races. We started developing our skills and slowly went to international races. I was watching my dad racing and really wanted to follow his path and become like him one day.
From grassroots karting to GT3 endurance and single-seater series, local drivers are finding new opportunities to grow, fueled by the QMMF and dedicated academies that accelerate their path into professional motorsport. At the heart of this movement is the Lusail International Circuit, transformed into a premier venue capable of hosting MotoGP, Formula One and now the 1,812 kilometre of Qatar in the wet calendar.
First of all, the paddock is really nice here, so the environment that we have in the paddock is quite nice. The track also, especially Sector 3, is quite amazing with those cars because we have quite some downforce. So yeah, it's like a high-speed track. So we are never really bored on this track compared to some others. So yeah, I think it's the main thing.
Well, it's a pretty unique track. It's very fast. It's got a specific flow to it. It's a pretty cool track, difficult to overtake around here, so it's a fun track to ride.
What sets this race apart from other WEC rounds is its distance-based format. 1,812 kilometres in tribute to Qatar's National Day on the 18th of December. For teams, that means strategy and endurance come together on a floodlit circuit with shifting desert winds.
Last year it was a little bit tough for us as a team because it was a new race to attend, a new track. But with the experience we have done last year, we are now ready to take part for the second time to the race here in Qatar. It's always a pleasure to go to a different country, for example Qatar, that is already part of the motorsport history, especially for the two wheels. But since last year with the WEC is now part also of our endurance calendar.
I mean, the track is it's not easy, especially with the wind and the temperature changes. We improved the car a lot from last year, and we basically maximised everything we could. Track position was really key, but even so, it's always enjoyable to come here.
From Ferrari's Hypercar program to regional GT3 squads, every competitor here relies on precise coordination to master the desert climate and tight competition at Lusail. Beyond the racing, Qatar weaves cultural heritage into the event. Its desert setting, floodlit nights, and local traditions make for a distinctive atmosphere, one that global drivers have taken note of.
Going in the night is always nice as a driver, driving in the night. Quite something with like the sunset. So and something it's quite difficult to manage it with the driving because we can lose a bit our references on the track, but it's part of like the challenge that we have, and it's part of like this track speciality.
So what makes Lusail International Circuit special compared to other circuits is that it's my home track and it's a very fast-flowing circuit. It requires a lot of confidence and focus to do well on this track. So Qatar has a very rich cultural history. I recommend drivers to visit our museums, our souks and the desert. By visiting these places, the drivers are going to learn that Qatar offers more than racing.
But the Qatari racing experience is not limited only to teams and drivers, but Qatar provides to all motorsports enthusiasts a lifetime experience to remember.
I like the complexity of the race where there's different races going on at the same time, and there's like a bunch of things happening at once.
Hosting the Qatar 1812 kilometres is part of a larger vision, one where local drivers like Badir and Abdullah aim to ascend into the WEC, and where international teams witness the country's growing passion for motorsport.
I think the ultimate goal is to race in my home country in WEC rounds. We never came this close to WEC, so it is really exciting moments. And to see it live in person is always a pleasure, and we try to make the most out of it, learn as much as possible, and maybe in the future we join them.
As night falls over Lusail, the Qatar 1812 kilometres shows that endurance racing has found a new desert home, one that merges cutting-edge competition with deep-rooted culture. For drivers and teams, this is just the beginning of Qatar's journey on the global stage. Whether it's the roar of hypercars or the ambition of local talents, Qatar's dedication to motorsport is clear. This passion continues with the MotoGP Qatar Airways Grand Prix from April the 11th to the 13th, 2025 at the Lusail International Circuit. Later in the year, the Formula One Qatar Airways Qatar Grand Prix returns from November the 28th to the 30th, 2025.